Hey yo, what's good YouTube? You already know, man. It's your boy LaRon, female rap elite, back with another video. You already know, if you're new to the channel, please make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Yo, I promise you, I don't know why, like after 5 minutes after I fucking put that I was gonna schedule live, number one, I realized I was hungry as hell, and I was like, damn, I should have did this shit tomorrow. But I was like, no, let me just get this shit over with, because I ain't wanna. I pushed it one time, and I was like, damn, you know. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like the video. Hold on a second. Yeah. So I'm a little upset though, because I had tried to order Instacart last minute. So I guess I ain't give the driver enough time to get to the store. So she couldn't fulfill the order. It's because I was like, damn, I ain't have no water. I'm like, damn, I need some water, and I'm not trying to go out to the store. So I ordered Instacart, and she sent me a message saying she was shopping, and then a few minutes later she said that the store is closed. So how was you shopping in the first place? Like, come on. So yeah, let me see. Let's see. What's up, Darius? What's up, Tamara? What's up, Latul? Big Barbie. Let's see. I'm ready to oppose LeBron on this one. They need to return those stole Jews back to Africa. Oh, God. See, you don't even know what I'm going to say. So, before I got on, I was like, I'm hungry as hell. So, I had made some vegetable egg rolls. Like, I like fresh vegetable egg rolls because the vegetables are more crispy, like, you know, the cabbage in it. But these ones is okay from HEB. I like them because I like the crunch in it. So, I had made I be making weird shit for dinner sometimes. Like I made these like, so HEB got these vegetable egg rolls, right? You know, egg rolls is really crispy. So I baked them shits so they get really crispy. But then I made like some bacon with that shit too. Like 3 strips of bacon. That shit was so good. I had that like 2 times this week. Bacon and egg rolls. It's really good. You wouldn't even expect it. But listen, so today I wanted to talk about Beyonce making history, you know, with her and Jay-Z. They did the All Love campaign for Tiffany Co. And so, you know, immediately when I seen that they was doing a campaign for Tiffany Co., right? So I was like, you know what? Jay-Z and Beyonce have been in the game for a while. They've done stadium tours, you know, average ticket, whatever, $300, whatever, right? So I'm thinking of like, you know, the average fan of people who could just support your music. But I feel like they've been in the game so long to where they could start taking like, different types of deals, because believe it or not, right? That's not to say that shit. I'm pretty sure that look at like a Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm pretty sure they have all types of wealthy fans who could like, you know, support them in any way. Just like, you know, like same with Nicki. You see Nicki had pilots who was like flying around with with their spouses on private jets and shit like that. Like they know their fans spend money. So it may not be me who's gonna, you know, go to Tiffany and spend that money, but I don't know. I felt a certain type of way about this, and I just want to see how you guys feel about it. So let me share the screen. I want to bring it up. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. All right. That should be so good, and I didn't want to chew on the microphone, so I just muted that shit. So listen, so let me bring this up. So this is an article from CNN, I believe. Let me see. All right, so let me see how it look. Let me empty this out. Make it full. All right. So Beyonce, Jay-Z, Tiffany Co. campaign, right? So, you know, I personally feel like Tiffany Co., Jay-Z and Beyonce, like that's black excellence. You know what I'm saying? That's a brand that you hear rappers rap about, and you only really see like white people engaging, right? So for me, I'm happy to see that they, that their faces on something like that. And then once I started to read some of the details, it let me know that at least Beyonce fought for they fought for certain things in their deal. So let me just go through it and just read this shit. I'm just gonna let you know the things that I had an issue with off the top, right? You know what I had an issue with? Let me read this, right? Beyonce has made fashion history as the first black woman to wear the iconic 128.54 karat Tiffany diamond, right? So, guys, off top, this is my thing. Why is that even a thing? Like, you know what's so crazy? Think about this, right? That's supposed to make you happy. Why is she the first black woman who's ever wore this? Why? Beyonce is excellent. My whole thing is, why don't she own it? That's my question. Like, and so let's just go further, because that's just my thought. Like, is that supposed to be like a ooh, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but listen, let's read the article. The Grammy-winning performer wears the stunning piece of jewelry, which features the world's largest yellow diamonds, as she and rapper husband Jayz become the faces of Tiffany Co. new All About Love campaign. This is my thing. They said that that's the biggest piece of Canary. Listen, these people mine for these jewels and all of that shit. Why is it the biggest? Because they said so? Why? Because the people who listen. Let me just keep going. Because the names that they mentioned, I don't know it off the top of my head, and I don't want to say it. I don't want to fuck my shit up. So listen, love is the diamond that the jewelry and the art decorate. The power couple said in the press release on Monday. The Tiffany diamond was unearthed in South Africa in 1877, and these white people in this white Tiffany company got this diamond. Why? And if they got a big diamond like that, listen, it's a bigger diamond. Why is that the biggest one? Do that even, you gotta question shit, and even, you know what, prove me wrong. Maybe I need to do more research and enlighten myself, right? But who says that's the biggest one? Listen, you can go online right now, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. You can get Canary, right? You can get Canary. So cut it out. These things are the way that they are is because these white people want to acclaim these things. It's the biggest. What? Come on. I don't see so many rappers in Canary diamonds. Come on. All right. So, since it has been worn by Mary Whitehouse, wife of American diplomat Edwin Sheldon Whitehouse, Hollywood icon Audrey Hepburn, and singer Lady Gaga, that's something to come up after. Okay, Gaga. Okay, listen, Beyonce and Jay-Z shoot is the first time the diamond has been featured in an advertising campaign, Tiffany said in a press release. So, they let they let them run with it. Okay. All right. Audrey Hepburn is seen above filming a breakfast at Tiffany. She wears the store's most expensive diamond necklaces. Okay. Beyonce shares some of the striking images on her Instagram page. In one photo, Jay-Z, 51, reclines in a chair as he gazes at the Lemonade hitmaker, who channels her inner Hepburn in a black gown paired with black opera gloves and a chic updo. A painting from Jean-Michel Basquiat private collection called Equals Pie, which resembles the signature Tiffany blue, provides a fitting backdrop. Jay-Z adds some luxury to his black tuxedo by wearing a Jean Schlumberger's legendary bird on a rock brooch, reconstructed as a pair of one-of-a-kind cufflinks. Beyonce and Jay-Z are the epitome of the modern love story, Alexander Arnold, executive vice president of product and communications, said in the release. As a brand that has always stood for love, strength, and self-expression, we could not think of a more iconic couple that better represents Tiffany's values. We are honored to have the Carters as a part of the Tiffany family. I definitely can agree with that, because through the industry, especially seeing so much fake, false relationships with media grabs and shit, you got to give it to listen, to me, nobody is goals, because everybody has their issues and shit like that, clearly, right? But I do think Jay-Z and Beyonce, I feel like they are an official power couple on every level. That's how I feel about it, though. The About Love campaign, shot by Mason Poole, is launching globally on September 2nd. You know what? I have to do more research. I want to know, what is this about love campaign? Like, is it about specific jewelry? Because when I read this article earlier, it didn't show me about any pieces. Maybe that's what's going to be unveiled on September 2nd. I don't know. So as a part of the partnership, Beyonce and Jay-Z have also filmed a video advert which will feature Beyonce's rendition of Moon River, the famed song from the 1961 movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. Which, listen, I have to be honest, I love Beyonce to death, but I don't care anything about that, about Breakfast at Tiffany's. Maybe the fashion world does, or some shit like that. Listen, this is the part that I cared about the most. Tiffany Co, and this is the part that I hope Beyonce hold them to the end. Like, hold them to the end and make sure that company deposits that, and is specifically, hopefully, to TSU. But it says Tiffany Co said it will donate $2 million towards scholarship and internship programs for historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs. It's so easy to say that. These are institutions of higher, like, we don't know what it is. These are institutions of higher education in the U.S. that were established before the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and were intended to serve the African American community, which are diversified now, because if you look at many HBCUs, the white population is starting to seep into it because they want to reap the benefits. So, yeah. Is that all they said? So listen, this was my issue with this whole Beyonce made history, right? I feel like this was sad because what is, listen, call me a hater, say whatever the fuck you want to say. What is so important about that piece of jewelry that she's the first black woman? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Beyonce should owe, first and foremost, we know where that, we know, like, if you go on Twitter right now or Instagram, the controversy about, and listen, I don't think people are even mad at Beyonce and them. It's how somebody mentioned earlier, they was just like, yo, I want to know your spin on it. Beyonce is wearing this. This is an advertisement. She doesn't own that. I would feel better with her owning it as a black woman. Yes, I would feel better. And I hope with their level and their stature, hopefully they tried to buy it. But why is that's almost embarrassing. CNN all over everywhere. Beyonce makes history, first woman to wear a piece of jewelry. I don't give a damn about that necklace. I don't. It looks beautiful on Beyonce. I love her to death. Listen, none of this commentary is towards her at all. Like, do your thing. Make your campaign. I feel like Beyonce been around so long. Jay-Z been around so long. They making boss moves. Tiffany Co is a huge company. They're a white company. Like, you really doing this on some diamond shit? The first black woman in this diamonds from Africa? Are you, what? That shit don't even make sense to me. So I'm telling you, some of y'all might hear headlines and you might get happy, or the way that they sensationalize it. But to me, God strike me down now. When I first heard it said Beyonce the first woman to wear a necklace, like, this is some fucking doggy chain or some shit. Like, what? Who cares? It's sad that it's sad that more black women ain't wear it. What's the difference from Beyonce wearing it, from Oprah Winfrey, from all that she did too? Like, what is the difference? Why don't they own the necklace? Especially coming after Lady Gaga, please. Let me see. What's up, Big Barbie Blogs? It's embarrassing though. Thank you. I was thinking about that earlier. Curious. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got a black woman up here, after y'all done mined for these diamonds, talking about this is the largest canary. Well, you know that there's more canary. That's not, listen, say what you say. It's just that they acclaim it. They acclaim that rock to be the largest or whatever, right? Where they getting the rest of these rocks from then? You telling me that no, and everybody don't got fake canary. Hold up. Tiffany Co should actually be ashamed of themselves. Like, you thought that was gonna be like, to listen. Black people, we waking up now. We not fucking stupid. I mean, a lot of us might just sit back and be like, yeah, I am happy for Beyonce. It's a business venture. And I know that they paid her out the ass, and she's making sure that the HBCUs get taken care of on the back end. I love the artwork of it all. I love it all, right? But it's like, you're the first black woman in 2021. Whatever. Like, Shout out to Beyonce, but to me, that's sad. It's nothing special about that necklace that more black women should have worn it, or somebody should possibly own it. Like, that shit dumb. Let's see, they're not gonna sell that piece because only 4 women have wore it. But what I'm saying is, right? So let me ask you this, Tamara, right? They're saying that that's the largest, whatever, right? We know that there's more canary out there. Why is that necklace a thing because they made it a thing? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, who cares? Are you gonna just go get a necklace like that tomorrow because Beyonce won one? Like, people do shit like that, right? You might go get you a little fake yellow rock, but it's just like, okay, it's a nice necklace, and I'm happy for them being involved, and if anyone else, like, I'm happy for them being involved. But it's pretty sad that she's the first black woman to wear that necklace in 2021. And when did they have it? Since 1870. So you miss Oprah Winfrey, you miss what? Whitney Houston. Lady Gaga wore that. If Lady Gaga wore it, it's nothing to me. I'm sorry, and I ain't trying to be offensive to Beyonce because I know that she likes her. Shit, she be passing off gigs to Gaga. Nah, I'm sorry. What was more prized about Lady Gaga to wear that necklace before Beyonce? Before anybody, like, I don't get it. Now black people gonna buy it and put money in the pockets. But this is what I'm trying to say, right? Look at Jayz and Beyonce. They upper echelon, like, musicians, all of that shit, right? Don't be fucked up. Like, I'm a person, like, listen. If I go to a concert, my limit is like $400 for a Jay-Z Beyonce, right? But if you could imagine, if you could spend that type of money with your access to, like, some people will really just, take all their money to go to a show, but they fans got money. I believe that people have, like, if I had it like that, I would go. If I was like, getting an engagement ring or some shit like that, I would go to Tiffany. But I don't know people who go there, but I'm pretty sure they do. And even if the people in their circle that they know who have money, they're gonna buy that collection out. Not a collection, it's a campaign. So that's what I was confused about. Like, let me go back to the verbiage, because I'm confused about what let's see. So it's just a love campaign. Is that correct? It's not necessarily like they're selling an item, right? Beyonce and Jay-Z shoot was the first time the diamond has been featured in an advertising campaign, Tiffany said in a press release. Is launching globally. Maybe we could find some more information about the About Love campaign. Maybe it's more information on it and I just don't know, but I just feel like this is pretty vague. It's not really saying, like, what is the campaign about? Are they going to be like unleashing like all of these love stories, and it's supposed to be like, I don't know, like, what is it, what are they, what is the selling? Like, what are they selling? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Yeah, hold up. All right, my bad. Yo, certain sites, they don't, okay. So they let you zoom in. All right, so this is page 6. I think page 6, you have to be subscribed to them, no. What are they talking about? Let's see. It came with security and arm guards. That's what I'm saying, does Ryan. You see what I'm saying? It's embarrassing. That, to me, it's embarrassing. It should have been way more black women who wore that necklace. I don't even think that necklace should be a thing. Like, this is what I'm saying. It's like a prized possession for what? Let's keep going though. I want to see if they said anything different about the campaign. The Okay. Beyonce and Jay-Z starring Tiffany Co's About Love campaign, the Halo hitmaker posing for the priceless Tiffany Diamond. Last seen on Beyonce's telephone collaborator Lady Gaga at the 2019 Oscars. She wore it to the Oscars. Okay. 128.54 carat yellow gem has now been worn by only 4 people, one of them being Audrey Hepburn, who donned it as in a publicity shoot for the 1961 breakfast at Tiffany's. The cushion cut diamond, which features an unprecedented 82 facets, was unearthed in 1877 in the Kimberley mines of South Africa, and the iconic jeweler's founder, Charles Lewis Tiffany, purchased the stone the following year. Let's see who Charles. I bet you Charles. You know he white. You know he is. I know they tried to buy that. I know they tried to buy that necklace. I know they did that. I know they tried to buy that shit. Excuse me. Could you imagine having that shit under your, having access to that? Like, if you ever go broke or anything, like, that's money, just, But again, it doesn't mean anything to a person like me. Hold on. So, Beyonce's jaw-dropping 120 previous or whatever. In 2012, to celebrate the Tiffany Co's 175th anniversary, it was reset into the necklace adorned with over 100 carats of white diamonds, which Beyonce is seen wearing 2 different ways in the new ads. Jay-Z, meanwhile, wears... Oh, we wrote that shit already. We read that. We read that shit already, too. We are honored to have the Connors a part of the family. I bet you are. I bet you are. The campaign also features a never seen campaign, whatever. Beyonce will also perform a version of... Oh, she's going to be performing a... Beyonce will also perform a version of the classic song Moonlit River, made famous by Breakfast at Tiffany's, in an upcoming film for the jeweler set to debut on September 15th. I thought they said September 2nd. Maybe I misunderstood something. This marks the first time the Carters, who met in 1999 and married in 2008 and shared 3 children, have appeared in a campaign together. As part of the partnership, Tiffany Co is pledging $2 million commitment towards scholarship and internship programs for HBCUs. So you see Lady Gaga. Is that the picture where she wore it? I don't see it on her neck. It don't look like that to me. I don't know, but listen, yeah. When you think about the history of like diamonds, hold on a second. When you think of like the history of diamonds and where they come from and stuff like that, that's why I said, and like that's why I wanted to be clear. Like I'm not upset at Beyonce at all. Like, I just feel like she shouldn't have been the first black woman. Like, why is that chain a thing? Why is that necklace a thing? Why is let me see if I could bring Foxy Brown up with her canary. It's like, what is so special about it? Like, it's the biggest, it's the most carats. It's like, that's embarrassing for it to be 2021. So it's 1877. How many years is that? 2021. Let's see, 2021. I was wondering, I'm like, damn, why didn't they buy the necklace? I know Jayz, I know they tried to buy that shit. 2021, take away 1877. You mean to tell me it took 144 years? That's nearly one lifetime and a half of another one. What? Question shit when people do that. That shit is almost disrespectful, to be honest with you. What was less valuable? What was more valuable about Lady Gaga wearing that necklace before Beyonce? What? See, this is when you start to think about shit like that, it don't make sense. It don't. And you know why she got to wear it first? Because she's white and they say so. That's why. That's why. That's why. That's why. That shit is crazy. But shout out to Beyonce. You know, I'm pretty sure they cleared some sort of fucking check. You know for a fact she don't play with the deals. But I just feel like it's embarrassing, honestly. They want black people to be like, ooh, you know, the first black. Like, come on. I'd rather something more musical related, like the first black, like how she got, you know, how she's made history in several ways like that. But to me, somebody like some doggy chain being the first black woman, like this is like a doggy chain. Like, this is no, like, you mean to tell me it took you 144 years to put this around a black woman's neck? It was never considered until now? That shows the clear racism, in my opinion. What took you so long? We don't have Whitney Houston. How many amazing black women musicians, who are out there? You mean to tell me that you just got it right in 2021 and niggas are supposed to be happy? Come on. Like, this a damn field day. Like, we supposed to be happy. Like, shout out, like I said. Shit, listen. You look at my phone, you look at my car. I own Beyonce albums. I buy shit. I'm a fan. I'm just saying, like, Tiffany's, this is sad. And it really shows what type of company that you have. Like, for one, it's like, really? Y'all ain't reach out to nobody? No Naomi Campbell? None of them? Really? No Patti LaBelle? No. No Anita Baker? No. And Beyonce get it, and we just supposed to be like, oh, she broke history. Yes, she did. I mean, she made history. Yes, she did, but the shit is embarrassing when you think about it. But I'm glad because Beyonce, she stands for all of that black power shit. And who better to do it for the first time, I guess, than her? But it still is embarrassing. Let me see. Diana Ross, thank you. So when you start to question it, it doesn't make sense. It don't. You mean to tell me Diana Ross, Britney Spears couldn't wear that? Come on. I mean, she's white, but I'm just saying, like, as much as she did, what made Lady Gaga more privy because of the... Oh, my God. Oh, man. I really would want to know the whole story behind it. And, Beyonce probably will tell that 50 years from now, but I really want to know what the story behind it was. Like, what made them... What approach, how did it all come together? That's what I want to know. And I'm just happy that you can tell the deals are definitely tailored to her liking with the HBCU shit in that. I'm just happy. That made my heart smile, to be honest with you. And I don't even go to a HBCU, never have. But I just hope that they follow through. Make sure that you follow through. Don't just let them put that in this press release and everybody just press releasing about contributing to. And honestly, $2 million ain't enough. It ain't enough. $2 million ain't enough. Tiffany Co. Y'all niggas could do more than that. I've been knowing about Tiffany Co. Foxy, she always rap about Tiffany. Y'all niggas wanna fuck with your Tiffany rocks. Like I said before. Tell you once more, you ain't holding. Fuck the nigga trying to score 4 while I'm on tour. Cop a little something, act stiff like a dick and still keep nutting. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. White people just trying to make us look crazy. Make us be happy with some sort of doggy chain around our neck. Like, ooh, you got to wear it. I would be happy if Beyonce owned it. Like, okay. She owned it, and then, it's kind of like back to, it's back in our culture. They possess that. Like, how did they even get to purchase, that diamond? It's just all questionable to me. Let me read some comments. I'm about to get out of here. That's all I really wanted to say about this, though. And, just if you can, I'm not going to bring it up right now because Twitter be giving me an issue from the desktop and they want me to sign in. And be honest, I don't even know the password for that shit. I just be kind of happy that that shit be opening up on my phone. So I don't even know the password and I ain't about to redo that shit. But you check it out yourself and see what the general conversation around this diamond is. There's a lot of people that are upset. I don't think they're upset at Jayz and I think that they're upset at Tiffany Co over this damn diamond. Like, come on, y'all think y'all could donate $2 million back? That ain't enough. You $2 million per HBCU. $2 million? Come on, that ain't enough. I guess this is Tiffany's way of saying that they're sorry for taking 144 years. Taking 144 years to you took 144 years to wrap that necklace around a black woman's neck? Huh? But you know what? Nowadays, who else was they gonna put it on? I mean, they wasn't gonna put that shit on. Listen, you know what? And the more and more I go on, I keep thinking the more people. Brandy ain't deserved to wear that. Brandy ain't deserved to wear that necklace. Come on. I don't know any bigger black pop artists. Why wasn't she like, you know what I'm saying? That's even they making it seem like a privilege, right? Right? And you can't ever say anything about Brandy because when she was up, she was up. When she was up on that shit, she was up on it. Like, so that shit is just weird to me. And it's to be honest with you, even though I love them and both of their, the art and all of that, it does feel like some sort of nepotism. It does feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Because why? And my whole question just goes back to, why is she the first black woman? That shit shouldn't even be a thing. It's an embarrassment. To me it is. Y'all could be happy and rejoice. It's still a good look for her, but that's an embarrassment. 144 years? That's what? 12 times 12 is 144. I mean, you had to do 12 years, 12 times. Is 12 times 12 is 124? Hold on. 12 times 12. Yup. Because that was one of the first multiplication shit I figured out early when I was a little kid. Like, I'm telling you, like in second grade, you wasn't shit if you ain't know what 12 times 12 was. I don't even care if you ain't memorized. If you had that shit memorized, you had to know math like that. Y'all remember all that minute math and shit like that? You had to be quick on your shit. What's 10 times 10? What's 12 times 12? I used to know that shit go off like that, quick. So, damn, they did 12 times 12 for a black woman to even get the necklace around her neck? Damn. But at the same time, we are all different people listening to this video. You speaking to somebody who's from New York, who done seen all types of. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Living in Houston, I see way more luxury vehicles out here. I have to just keep it real with you. But being in New York and seeing all of those cars and shit like that, like growing up being young and being around that, it, like, you know what I'm saying, like. It's a difference from the person who, when the fly car come down the block, they gawking, and it's a difference from the person who's seen it up the block and they just not dick riding. I'm that type. Like, I'm not like that. Like, that necklace is a dope look for them, but that shit, at the end of the day, I don't shop at Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure there is somebody in the fan base who does shop there. Shit, they probably gonna get married this year or engaged this year, and then they be like, you know what, Jayz and them, they did this love campaign. Let's go get the engagement ring from Tiffany. And I'm telling you, if you speak to a lot of girls, especially not even if it's on some bougie shit, but they be wanting Tiffany, the bougie ones. Tiffany tried to be inclusive 144 years later. See what I'm saying? The shit is a diss. I don't want y'all to think I'm being negative. I've loved Beyonce too much to even say that, but I think it's an embarrassment that it took 144 years from the point you got it for people, and not even the person before her, Lady Gaga, didn't even contribute as much, and she got that because she's Italian and she's white. That's why she got it. That's why she got it. That's why. That shit ain't fair. It makes you not want some shit after that, to me, because it's just like, what is it really? What is it? It's a necklace. Shit, Beyonce was iconic when she shot the fucking Pepsi commercial in the jersey and some fucking panties. What? Like, you know what I'm saying? Nah. I think there needs to be a general question. Why did it take... We need to ask Tiffany Co. Why did it take 144 years to get a black woman with that necklace? Why didn't you consider Naomi Campbell, Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston? Why did it take so long? True say. That's the question for me, and that's the only thing else. That's it for me. Let's see. They know that the black community will be happy, see, because it's simple. Because Beyonce plus Tiffany Co, see, and they did the charity work, giving money. See, I'm about to go on my Facebook and shake that shit up. I'm gonna be like, why did it take them 144 years to give a black woman to let her wear it? Like, I let you wear it, like on some hand-me-down. Like, what? Yeah, it's the first for the advertising. She's the first one to wear an advert, and Beyonce ain't never gonna do no stupid shit. But I feel like she should own the necklace. If anything, own that necklace and at least bring it back to black heritage. Cause what is the connection with this diamond for them? Like, what is it? Be elevated. They realize that the blacks impact. See. I love these combos. These companies think that if they slap a black person under their ass, they're gonna get the love. See, and see, nah, I don't want to talk about that right now because I don't really got nothing to do with it. But I could kind of grace over it. But it just goes to show, like, also Jay-Z in his position, and not only is he an elite rapper and he got that type of career, but like he picks his like. If you think about it, Jay-Z ain't dropping albums. He's working in the background for Roc Nation. Like, he could pull strings, like the strings that he needed to be pulled, when he was on. So if he has artists, like, he's pulling all of those strings that he needed to be pulled. Or if he could see that, you need to be pulled up in this way, I'm pretty sure he's pulling shit like that. So I don't know. The deal just screams money to me. It's just like, oh, okay. We've gotten so large to the point where we know we have a subculture of fans who will go to Tiffany's and will purchase things, through this love campaign. We know that we have fans, and you know that they got fans. Look at them. You look at how they tour and look how they get money. They got fans who do that. Shit, my cousin is bougie as hell. She love Beyonce. She be talking about Tiffany and shit. That's just not for me though. It ain't. I don't be thinking about no Tiffany like that. And maybe that's a woman, maybe it's that type of thing. Every high jewelry house has a statement piece that's signature to each brand, so she can't own it because it's their statement piece. Oh, okay. I understand it from that angle, but what I'm trying to say is, it's like, okay, that's a Canary Diamond. There's other Canary Diamonds out there. They claim that to be whatever it is. Who's to say that there's not a bigger? You mean to tell me if it's one, it's two? Maybe I'm being shallow in that regard. I gotta research it more. I'm sorry, because if there's one, there has to be two. It's not just one. Come on. So how is everybody else rocking Canary? And I know a lot of these. Some people is wearing fake shit, but come on, man. Come on. Let's see. Doesn't the Queen have a larger? Doesn't Queen have a larger diamond than this? It's a yellow diamond. Beyonce's diamond is a Canary diamond. That's a special diamond. They only care about first. Tiffany seems like white women shop there. Yeah, white women in New York City, the big cities. Let's look at their website. Like, matter of fact, let me bring their website up. Tiffany Co. Tiffany and Co. Their website got several hits just off of this shit alone. I'm pretty sure they was just like, oh, this shit is up now. Let me just share it real quick. And what time is it? Because I'm about to get off here. It's 11:51. I told my people, so I was going to be off here by 12. So yeah, I'll get off here at 12. See, they got them front page ready. Front page ready. You see, they're not playing no blood clot game. They ain't playing no games. They look good though, right? True say, they do look good. So, love is the diamond that the jewelry and art decorate. Okay. Chris Air Canary, damn, this shit's scary. Louboutin, spring fever cocksucker when Foxy throw it on. Speak how I feel, I'm a Fox 5 general. These rap bitches is oh so subliminal. That's why I ones them every time I pass them. Fucking with Young G, the Fox 5 captain. So which hoe wanna fuck with, huh? So come for done to pussy them one by one. Yeah, this is a very upper echelon type of website. I'm pretty sure they got some costume jewelry and shit too. Let's see. They got fragrances. I always like fragrances. Men's. Yeah, I don't shop here, so, I'm pretty sure I've been to this website before, but let's just see what the prices look like. Necklaces and pendants. You know what's crazy, though? I do want a ruby stone, because I love red. I want a ruby pendant, and I know that shit is gonna cost. Not that fake shit. Let me see if they have a ruby pendant. Ruby. Ruby is so. Oh, I love ruby. Ooh, that shit is tiny though. See, I would like this one, but I would want it to be gold, and that size is perfect. How much is that? $5,900. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that because that would be an affirmation. I ain't gonna say I'm a poor entrepreneur, but I'm not spending $5,000 on no chain. No. Yeah, but I love Ruby though. I wouldn't. No, I don't like that. I like simple shit like that because that would hit harder. Is that males? I don't know. I would make that. No, see, that's a woman's. That's too big. I don't like shit like that. I like simple chains. Too big. So let's see what else. Love and engagement. Do they got the stuff up here? Let's look at women's wedding bands. Let's see what the prices look like. Damn, 10,000. But listen, people spend that on rings though. People save. This is pretty. 17 is up there, but people take $5,000-$10,000 to get a ring. So, who that? Oh. What the fuck? Damn. I love to see a woman with a ring like that, though. I can't lie. You know how they be having a band behind it, and then that stick, the rock like that. That shit looks sick. I can't lie. But look at these prices. Like, well, that one is, but look how it look. You get that for $1,400, but shit, that look like some middle of the mall shit. That shit is probably mad thin. You see how that look? Come on. I got some diamonds like that. That shit is like regular. That's just some shit where you be like, oh, I got this from Tiffany's. That's just some shit. You just got it. That's like some entry level shit. That's some entry level shit. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me just give you some tips that I do. I don't I do have diamond earrings, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I do go to Swarovski in the mall and I get Swarovski earrings sometimes because I like to switch it up. And they're still good quality. And you want me to tell you why I get Swarovski? Because every time I go try to just for a day, right? You know how you go to the beauty supply store and you get those fake earrings. Every time I put them in my ear, they make my ear swell. They make how your ear the hole, it just makes it swollen. So I guess I'm allergic to whatever it is, the nickel or whatever fake jewelry. But yeah, I like going to Swarovski to get the earrings from there because not only do they look good, but I believe it's silver, sterling silver. Let's see. Hold on. Oh shit, I gotta cut this screen though because it ain't letting me see the comments. Alright, so you trolling don't work. Jessica Minaj, that's not true. Oh god, somebody saying some dumb shit. The jewelry isn't worth it. The price. You're buying the brand name just like Cartier. Yeah, Cartier. People be this girl I know, she got some Cartier frames. They nice, but certain shit, man, let me tell you how I do. And this is how I know that I don't need to buy shit like that, right? Because a nigga like me, I'm just dog shit out like it's regular. Because this is why I go to the mall and ain't no shame in it. I will go to the mall and look at that light, the fucking, you know what I'm talking about. I go to the mall and I will look for the sunglass shit and I will pick through them and get a pair that I really like just some regular cool like black sunglasses, some shit like that, right? I was in fucking Target and got some sunglasses, but I did get a pair of Dolce & Gabbana glasses that I paid like $400 for, and guess what? I ended up bending them shits up. I said, you know what? No, you got them shits just because I remember I got them shits. It was like right. I think it was the On the Run tour when Beyonce and them, it was the last On the Run tour. And I remember I was at the mall with my cousin. I was like, oh, I'm about to cop these. And I got them shits. And I had them for like a year. And then after that year, they ended up getting bent up. And I said, oh, never again. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stick to the rec. But you know what? If I spend money on shades again, maybe I'll get like some Versace's, like maybe some harder plastic. Because those wasn't like no hard plastic shades. But I don't spend money on shades. That's why I was like, yo, I wanted to support Nicki's Fendi thing, but I was just like, yo, I wanted those shades. But then it was just like, that was around the time too when I had lost my job. I was like, damn, I got it, but am I going to spend $500 on shades? I'm sorry. No. I'm more of an experienced type of person, right? And this is another reason why, like, I had related so much to Azealia Banks, because when I was coming up, real talk, like, I had to start working to be able to get Jordans and stuff. My mother wasn't buying no fucking Jordans and shit. My mother had to pay mortgage, send us to private school, all that shit. She wasn't buying no damn Jordans. So, you know, my mother's value and shit is just different. Like, you know, every year, you know how certain parents, like, you know, nowadays, kids know when their parents get their income tax check, right? Back then, I didn't just know. The house would just be enriched. We would be getting new furniture, new stuff like that. You might get a few outfits like that, but it wasn't no announcements. My mother operated like a motherfucking woman. Like, nigga, what you mean? Like, you got taxes. That wasn't the conversation. I was a child going to school and I was getting picked up, going shopping and doing shit. It was just normal to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the thing was, it was just like, my mom would get money and my mother would get her income tax money, and it wasn't no full shopping spree. It was about like, what do we need for the house? Do we need some new furniture? Do you know what I'm saying? It was always about being comfortable. Real talk, I think about that shit and that should be making me want to cry. Like, even when we used to get, like, you know, like when you have boys, my mom had 3 boys, so every 2-3 years it was just her thing. She'd be like, okay, we need to get she would get new carpet throughout the whole house. We get new carpet. We would go to the carpet place, pick out the carpet, tie that shit to her car, drive it all the way back to the house. We would cut up all the carpet. She would put that shit down herself. So women, you can do a lot of shit yourself. Don't ever feel like you can't. I know you shouldn't have to do it, but don't wait around. Like, that's why I love it's this girl Peyton. What's her name? She be doing a lot of stuff on her own. It be reminding me of my mom too. But you got to learn how to do shit yourself. Like, we don't know, like, outside of my grandfather, I don't know what like really a handyman is. My mom really did everything, to be honest with you. She did everything, and if she couldn't do it, she was calling my grandfather to do more technical shit like that. But she did everything. So, you know, let's see. Women are amazing. Yeah, they are. So, especially mothers. Mothers is like, listen, a mother is like, especially if your mother is on it like that, a mother is like a superwoman. It's like they just know how to just handle shit. They know how to handle it, and you don't never got to worry. So, the best, laid the carpet, did that. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When she got her income taxes, my mom was so, can I say this? She was so annoying with just getting more shit. I remember it was just, you know, back in the 90s when people was just like obsessed. People are still obsessed with their living rooms, but I remember it was this time my mom wanted to put like mirrors all over the wall. So she got like the glass, like the real glass, and like glued them to the wall, like, you know, like the official. I remember she bought this beautiful picture from the furniture store. That shit was like $1,000. She was so happy when she came home. She was like, the guy gave me a deal on the picture for like $500. She was so happy. A $500 picture. I wonder if she still got that picture to this day. She was so happy that she got this picture for the living room for $500, but it was so big and it sat on the glass and back of the furniture, and it had the same colors in it, so it was like crazy. Like, my mom would be excited off of shit like that, and she liked to gamble too, but my mom wasn't really into like buying us Jordans and shit like that. No, you was getting like 2 pairs of sneakers for school, a pair of sneakers in the beginning, and once the weather broke for the spring, you was getting a pair of sneakers then. She wasn't on it like that. But when I started working 6th, 7th grade, oh, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Like, yeah, all of that shit was over. All of that 1 pair of sneakers, nigga, I was getting a new pair of sneakers every week. Real talk. I was. So, you know, but I still got that humbleness though, because I know what it's like not to have no sneakers. I know what it's like not to have no sneakers, and you be like, fuck. Like, why? And you know what? It's almost like to my nieces. That's why with them coming up, like, that shit was like kind of like regular to them. Like, a pair of, like, what? You supposed to have multiple pairs of sneakers, but when I was growing up, it wasn't like that. My mom bought us 1 pair of sneakers. You get that going back to school sneakers. Oh, you rocking them shits out. Because you know what? In New York, the winter is about to come after December, and you should be wearing your boots and switching it up with sneakers anyway. So about time when that weather break in about March or around, you know, you might. My mom would sometimes get us a sneakers. Once we started getting older, she would get us a pair of sneakers. Like during, now that I think about it, like during this, you know, winter time too. Because I would always, at that point, I would ask for sneakers for Christmas. I got hip to the game then. I was like, fuck that. Let me get a pair of sneakers for Christmas. I just started asking for sneakers for Christmas. And then, you know, after you reach that point, you just start asking for money. Yeah. And then you get your own shit. I never forget that school year after Christmas break when everybody came back to school with the fucking Grant Hills, with the all white patent leather Grant Hills. I had my shit. Yo, if you didn't, but you know what? Like I love the all of my brothers, we were just different. Like my one brother, he didn't give a fuck about no sneakers like that. So I was just, every night, can I tell you, I hated this shit. You know how you go on Christmas break and then after that Monday, you got that whole week off of school? Nigga, I'm mad. I got all this new shit. I want to go back to school to wear this shit. I got to wait a week. I don't know if any of y'all hated that shit. I'd be like, I can't wait to go back to school to wear this shit. One of my brothers, he used to piss me off. I used to save my shit so much so everybody else who didn't do this, it pissed me off. My brother, we would get new clothes for Christmas. He would wear his new clothes. I'd be like, why you ain't just gonna wear it when you go back to school? He'd be like, what? No, my brother is like that to this day. He was just like, if he get new clothes on Christmas, he's wearing new clothes on Christmas. I was like, I'm saving this shit for school. I'm putting some old shit on Christmas. And when I go back to school, everybody had them Grant Hills. I was so like, oh man, that was the good days. Let's see. I had to work for my shit, but I agree it does keep us humble, but it also make you think of everything you didn't have growing up. So I'm glad I can buy whatever I need. Right. Exactly. Yeah. See, one of my nieces, she like 14, 15 years old and she do hair. And I'm trying to teach her like you don't have to have a job. Like, and the thing is that she has people here that she do. I said, make enough money to get stuff that you want. You don't want to be constrained. And I'm telling you. And I'll be like, I know a lot of this shit don't sound like it's making sense, but you going to see what I mean. I mean, like, you want to make your own money now. I don't want to scare you, but you don't want to be working at no job. Like, it's a lot of shit that a young lady has to put up with at a job. When you go to a job, you got to worry about niggas wanting to fuck you. Then it's like, what you going to dodge and what you going to say today? We gonna talk because I want you to be aware. You gotta worry about what type of rapid fire is gonna be thrown on your mental today. Like, you know what I'm saying? What type of rules or what type of boundaries is a person gonna try to break on you today? Fuck that. Listen, it is all called preventative. And then listen, little kids can't be better if you don't at least plant the seed in their mind. Like, come on. Fuck that. Shit. One of my nieces asked for AirPods for her birthday, right? And then she told me she walked to the store, and I said, I know you had one of those, AirPods out, right? I said, don't ever walk to the store with both AirPods, and you got to know what's going on around you. Don't ever do that. You don't even know if it's a dog, if it's a person, or what. And people need to know that you alert anyway, because trust me, it's a firmness that people respect. They know that shit. It's a firmness in an attitude that people respect. When people see you distracted in your phone and shit, the next thing you know, somebody ran up on your ass and you ain't even see it coming. Fuck that. Let's see. Yes, working as a young woman is hard. I'm telling you. And I be telling her stories. Listen, my nieces, they both 14. I be telling them like, I remember one time I was working at this job. I felt so bad for my friend. And I told her not to fuck with this nigga on the job. She was doing the shit though anyway. She was fucking with him. Then she wanted to break up with him on the job. Oh, this nigga put her on blast. He told everybody how they used to come to work early at like 6 a.m. fucking on the bathroom floor. He said this shit in front of everybody. Do you understand how embarrassing that is? You never shit where you eat. You don't need it that bad. You don't need it that bad. You don't. You don't. And real talk, them niggas is gonna respect you on the job even more. The more that they get at you and the more you decline them, they gonna be like, she on her shit. She on her shit. Like, listen, I ain't saying that love might not exist at a job on some shit like that, but don't get that shit fucked up. I seen it happen so many times and people uncomfortable, feeling physically sick, sitting in the damn staircase at the job, mad because they let a nigga fuck them on the job and they gotta face him. Telling you. So, nope. I told my niece that too. She ain't even working at no job now. I told her, don't ever mess with a boy that works at a job. No. Your reputation is everything. Fuck that. Nope. And I also told her this, like, and I don't know how y'all think about this. I said, think about how you show up in your friendship circle. Do you want to be the friend that's naive and goes along with everybody say, or would you rather you want to be the mother of the group? You know, the one who has the wisdom and the notices things. Because you know, both of my nieces are smart as hell. They be just the shit is crazy. I don't know. I think it might be some genetic shit, but they just be knowing shit and like. But I tell them to like make sure that you turn that into verbal. Don't just be a watcher. Like let people know if you know you uncomfortable and shit like that. Like that shit was crazy to me when they was telling me they seen the video about like that whole brother polite shit. Yep, they said they couldn't watch all of it, but they be seeing that shit on YouTube. And I tell them, I said, you know, everybody's not like that, but sometimes there are some adults, not just men, adults in position, and they take advantage of kids. And you have to look at everybody like a weirdo. I'm sorry. Kids are precious. Kids are precious. Like, nah. Yeah, I don't mix business with pleasure. It could get real quick. Yep. And you got niggas talking about how you whack and how you suck it and how they did this to you on the job premise, on the premises. Yo, he embarrassed her so bad. I remember she was crying. She said, you tried to ruin me. I hate you. I never forget that shit. And I felt so bad for her. And I kept telling her, like, yo, stop talking about. And you know what it was back then? It was just like, she just wanted to do what she wanted to do. I'd be like, yo, you talking about sex too much with these niggas. Like, I'm telling you that they not gonna take you serious. And then she started fucking with one of them. And then when she tried to cut the nigga off because he was being abusive, we put that ass on blast. I was fucking this bitch on the bathroom floor. Say I wasn't. She in there just looking crazy. Like, nope. I advise you not to do it. They'll respect you more. They be like, damn, I can't get to her. You don't need a ride home? Nope. Don't let nobody get you cornered. Don't ever do anything with anybody you don't feel like. If you don't trust a person behind closed doors, listen, I even tell you this. I don't even want to scare you, but I even know crazy shit like, yo, this girl I know who lived in Harlem, like I'm even talking about ladies where even when you go to say you in an apartment building and you waiting for the elevator, get on that elevator by yourself. I would advise you to. Don't ever get on the elevator, especially because listen, genetically we stronger than y'all. So I remember my friend, she told me like she was like, yo, she's like, tell me why I came into the building. They lived on 125th Street. She was like, tell me why I came into the building with my friend, right? And she was just like, and this is how I know that, like, connecting with people, like, how I feel, it just be something about it. I don't know, right? But she said, we came in the building, and it was just, the guys was by the elevator, and she was just like, she lied to her friend and was just like, yo, my grandfather is outside. I got to go get something. She don't know why she did that, but she said, yo, we was not getting on the elevator with these niggas, right? Tell me why. She said they waited. These niggas got on the elevator with some other girls. And just for a long story short, these girls in Harlem ended up raped and thrown off the building. And she was like, if that was them that went up on that building, that went in that elevator, she said, who knows? And she said it was the guys. You see what I'm saying? I ain't trying to scare ladies, real talk. I don't want to scare you, but sometimes just like, even if you got that little like resistance, just let niggas know like you're not comfortable. I have so many women friends, so you know, like this is just shit that I be telling them too, but it's just like, yo, that shit really it makes me think, because especially when you have young women in your family and how you know they're gonna have to be out here navigating shit. I be thinking about like, yo, how my anxiety is if I come home at 11:30, 12, I be scanning my parking lot like, who's in the car? I be looking before I park my car. I be looking at everything. I don't give a fuck. Like, you have to be aware of your surroundings. So I can imagine me feeling like that. Imagine a lady really having to come home. Imagine you kicking it at your girlfriend's house to like 3 a.m. You like, I want to come home to this apartment building that you got to get in. You got to go through the elevator. You don't know who's on the other side. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit could be a little frightening, especially for a lady. I could definitely imagine that. Also this, right? So this same friend who told me that, she said that she got into the building and she you know, the guys was getting on the elevator and she lied and said that her grandfather was outside, and she was just like, something told her not to get on that elevator. These niggas ended up raping these girls and throwing them off of the building. Off the top of the building. Like, I think you probably could be able to Google it. Was it St. Nicholas Projects? This was like in the early 2000s. She said that this happened. Um, Also, this same girl, she told me in that building, you know how sometimes the exit door is by your apartment door? She said one time she got to her apartment and she was just about to open her door and something told her to turn around and it was a nigga looking at her right through the window. So what he was ready to do was for her to go in that apartment and that nigga was probably going to chase her right into that shit. You see? That shit is crazy. New York City, when I tell you them niggas is crazy, them niggas is crazy. You gotta be on it like at all times. You have to be. When she told me that, I said, "Thank that." I be so grateful for meeting people because it be shit that you don't even be thinking about. Like, who would think that if your door was by an exit, that somebody would be looking at you when you go through the like what? I wouldn't even want to live by an exit now that I thought about that. I wouldn't even want my apartment like Right. But you know what's so crazy about people who are like weird like that? I was looking through the sex offender registry from the area that I'm at, and all of these people have this demented look to them. I'm not saying that it ain't no people who dress it up and they just ain't weird on some shit like that. But all of these people have this weird look to them. They have this, I'm telling you, look through your local sex offender registry. If you ever, I'm telling you, just look through it and look how they look in the face. Like, no, that shit gotta look. Nope, nope. I don't even want to say that because then the person will think that it just got to look in it. No, people do that shit sneakily too, for sure. See, that's why I stopped working evening shifts. Yeah, ladies, you got to protect yourself coming in unless you live somewhere where you know like security is on point. Like, you know what I'm saying, on some shit like that. Like, I ain't trying to be funny, but like here in Houston, if you like this city, I love this city, right? But it's like so classist, but it's to the point where if you live somewhere where I ain't saying that the drama ain't gonna happen somewhere where it costs more money, but it's just a little less likely for it to happen. So, you know, if you a lady, and typically ladies make good money, if you know that you gonna do some shit, make sure you stay somewhere safe. Don't be going up in no apartment building. And listen, especially if you fucking with a nigga and you getting somewhere, listen, that nigga better be coming out to meet you, to come go up in that shit. That nigga should be walking you to your car. All of that shit. All of it. All of it. I be telling, it's so funny, right? I told my niece this the other day. I was just like, you know what? Not even on some, because, you know, she's, one of my nieces is the only child. I said, when you go to high school, being that you don't, you know, you are not an only child anymore, but you're the oldest, but you don't have a brother or anything. I said, build a positive relationship with a boy who, you know, who doesn't like, and she was like, oh, I already have a friend. She was like, yep, he's a nice kid. He's going to a different school next year. She said he wants to be an engineer. They both talk about college all the time, but she was like, nope, they don't like each other, but they have positive conversation. But one thing she pointed out about him, it was so funny, and she's 14 and she could recognize this, right? So, I asked him, so she was like, he wants to be an engineer. I said, so he's smart, right? So she got a letter from the fucking president, but she said that he got some sort of award that was better than her. Like, so he must have been like high 90s, like higher 90s, right? So, and I said, you know what? I said, do you ever ask him, like, how do you get these good grades? She said, he be lying, talking about he don't be studying. She said, I think he be studying. He just trying to make himself look cool in front of the class. But I said, some people are just genetic, you know, some people are just smart. But she was like, yeah, I think he just trying to make it seem like he cool in front of the class. She said he do be studying. Because, you know, let me tell you, all of the kids that I know that went to school and got good grades, they all had some sort of strategy when it came to studying. They all, I'm telling you, this Indian girl that I know, I asked her, she used to get high grades in psychology all the time, right? And it kind of helped me. I said, how do you get these high grades? Like, how do you do this? She said, honestly, she said, when we come to class on Monday, she said, I read every day from when we leave here. She said, I don't care if it's just, you know, 25, 30 minutes. She said, I read every day. So I'm constantly taking it in. So she was like, it just helps me. She was like, I don't rush everything. She said, every day. She said, from the point we leave this class, I read every day. I was like, damn. So that helped me out. So it was a little, you know what I'm saying, a little tip. Like, dude one time was driving me, was getting mad because I didn't want to give him my number. See? That's crazy. What you mean, like the Uber dude? See, you got to find ways to, and then nowadays people be wanting to skip the whole dating phase, and they be like, oh, I'm driving you, let me get you to your house and shit like that. But shit, you give a person a fake number. But you know what you could do though too? I would advise you to do this just for moments like that when you might seem like it might be, a little off. Always create yourself a Google Voice number. Make sure if you got a Gmail account, you have to be on a laptop to do this though, right? Or on a desktop. Make sure you create a Google Voice account. This is a phone number that is not your number, but be very clear that you understand what numbers is calling you, because you don't want to call back from your phone number on some weird shit and then they got your number. You want to make sure when you get a missed call and you don't answer it, that you go to the Google Voice app and you see if that missed call was from that app. So that way you know that you ain't calling from your regular phone number. So yeah. Get you a Google Voice, and then that's the phone number that you give people. And listen, this is the thing too. You have to be able to have bounce back with people too. So say you give somebody the Google Voice and they call you and they get the voicemail. They be like, damn, you can't be your Google Voice. Be like, yeah, I don't give people my number out. That's gonna let them know that there's a boundary. They gonna be tight though. When they try to call you and they see that it go through and it go through green and they got an iPhone, they gonna be tight. They gonna be tight. I'm telling you. They gonna be tight, but once they call that shit and they say the Google Voice, they gonna be like, damn, she gave me her Google Voice. Yeah, nigga, you not about to trace this shit. Listen, you not about to do that. No. Yep. You have to. You got to be a cut above. People will do that shit. People will take your phone number and do all types of shit. I'm telling you. So beware. Get yourself a Google Voice number. And that's the number that you give out. And then when you get a call missed or whatever, always go, before you make a phone call, especially if it's a number you don't notice, make sure that the missed call wasn't from your Google Voice, because you don't want to call it back from your phone number and then you calling back with your voice like, hello, did somebody call me? And then he looking at the number like, oh, this her number. Or whoever it is that you blocking. You know what I'm saying? You just got to move smart. I'll be honest with you, I forgot about doing that. Nope. Hell no, you can't forget about doing that. Because think about it, right? I consider myself, what time is it? I said I was getting off here at 12. I told somebody I was going to call them at 12. I'm going to get off here at 12:30. Think about it, right? And I know for ladies it's a little harder, but like I consider myself to be a nice person, but I feel like this, and I know a lot of y'all might disagree with me, but I feel like, say if you meet a person, right? I feel like if you meet a person and they don't have your real phone number, and they just got like your Google Voice number, right? Even if you got my real number, my whole message is that I have the option to ghost you today if I want to. And I know that a lot of y'all might think that this sounds horrible and you think that it's sad or whatever, but I truly believe, like, and let me just tell you, ghosting is, to me, this is when I would do it, right? I would never ghost a person after speaking to them for months or stuff like that. Never, on some shit like that, right? This is what I would ghost. Say me and you having a conversation today and we getting to know each other, right? I have a way with asking questions, and I'm very suave with it. And I'll be honest with you, I can be manipulative to get the data that I want. I can be. So it can appear to be, cool. It can appear to be okay with it. I'm just being honest with you. Like I will get the information that I want with whichever way. And you could think that it's whatever, but this is my life. Right? I don't give a fuck. I could act like I'm cool with threesomes and all of that shit just to see how much you gonna pour out, and then I'm making my decision. You know what I'm saying? Listen, manipulation is the key to life to get some of the information you need. And listen, it saved my life this far. Yep. I be acting like, yep, this is what you do. You get the information out. And you seem so cool, like, oh, so what do you think about this? And like, oh, you even like maybe assert that you maybe even tried it before. You even talk about different drugs, and then see what type of drugs they might even be into. Like, oh, yep, I did cocaine one time. I know y'all think that's fucked up, but I'm telling you, I know how to give the fuck I want. I'm telling you. And I'm not telling you as it pertains to everything, but when it pertains to a person being in my personal space, I ask questions. Any person who's my friend knows that shit. I ask questions all the time. Yo, the other day I said I should post this shit on my community wall. I said this to my friend the other day in the text message when we was kind of going back and forth. I was like, yeah, I'm psychic. They was like, you psychotic. That shit had me dying. As a young man, I always been told when lost or whatever to go to a female. As a young man, I always been told when lost or whatever. What you mean by that? Thank you for staying past the bedtime. Yes, I feel the same way. Oh my God, I thought I was a horrible person because nope. Nope, I'm telling you, I give no cue. And I'm telling you, for ladies, you gotta have that number, because then if a nigga got your number, he's too attached to you. He got your regular number, he's too attached to you. And then what if he really on some obsessed shit, then he looking up where you live at? No, I'm telling you, it's people who live in my community, and where I live, who only see me in the hallway. They don't know which hallway I live down or nothing. I'm just telling you, I be on some real in and out shit, but I've always been like that. Like, real talk. I've always been like that. So I don't get too familiar with people, like, unless it's on some family situation type shit. Like, nah. Unless it's like, you know, I feel like if you live, say for example, right? Say you live in a home and you live in a community. Like, personally, me, if I ever buy a house, especially here in Houston, I see myself doing it, but I love cul-de-sacs. I love them. You know why I love cul-de-sacs? Because if you don't live down there, you ain't got no business being down there. You don't. And it's an immediate red flag. It is. And I've lived on one, like, when I first moved here, and you can just tell, like, you tell, because it's like a few houses. You see how it go. You like, okay, you get to know the family. Now that in a situation, you do need to get to know your surroundings. You do. It's different. People who own homes and they live in communities like that, they kind of want to know what's going on in case things are, you know, you might not speak every day on some shit like that, but it's a general, like, hey, you see them, wave your hand, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you don't know someone's true intentions, so it's better to protect yourself. Yep. You know what's so crazy? This lady one time, and I couldn't even be mad at her. I just knew that she was on it. She was waiting for the elevator one time when I was coming in one time, and then she said, I don't know if she didn't know what to do, but she just went back and made it. I don't know if she had mail in her hand, and then when I came in, she was waiting at the elevator. She turned around and went back to the mailbox and, like, opened up her keys. It was like dangling her keys and going in the mailbox. She probably was like, I ain't get done the elevator with him. And some ladies just will go with the flow. Nope, I'm an Aquarius. Like, when you lost somewhere and need help, I've been told to approach women for help rather than a man. Well, I've asked men for help. I don't feel inferior, like, on that, because ain't nobody gonna do shit to me. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ask people for help. I don't be like, nah. I ask women. I ask who I feel like is intelligent, and I feel like they're gonna give me a good answer. Aquarius, you know, we're pretty good judge of character. So it's almost 12:30. I ain't expect to be on here this long. Again, I just feel like Beyonce is a dope move for her and Jayz. I feel like it shouldn't have took that long for them to get a black woman. Let's see. Aquarius men are like that. I heard that we have a bad reputation, but I'm just trying to inspire you guys. Like, you know what? I'm not this type of person. Some people, right? And this is why you always meet some people who always have this thing to explain. Like, you know, when they get in new relationships, they always have these people to explain, because they're holding on to these people who they don't want to let go of, because I don't know if they really don't have true love in their life or whatever. Like, I don't know what it is, right? But for me, of course, you want to be friends with people after you break up after a relationship, right? And it's certain people who I speak to right now, but it's not no everyday shit, and it's not no person who I need to introduce as my friend. Excuse me. What I want to say is basically I feel like growing up and having family. I understand when a relationship is over, there can be some sort of friendship, but there also needs to be some sort of distance, because I just don't want to be that type of person who, when I'm getting in, like, relationships, to me, this is how I operate. I don't want to be that type of person who just got something to explain all the time. Like, I just want to come and just be me, and we just love on each other. I don't want to have all these miscellaneous friends, and then you got to wonder, are we really friends? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, did we fuck around? Just on some shit like that. Yeah, but I'm definitely about to get off of this shit though. It's almost 12:30, 2 minutes. I'm about to get off here now. But listen, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about the whole ordeal with the diamond and the Tiffany and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Taurus is stubborn. My brother's a Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini. Yeah. I'm up out of here. Make sure you subscribe. Yeah, I'm out.